Make this recipe. Make it! Today, I'm going to show you how amazing high quality Wagyu actually is. We had some of the most amazing steaks on the show. The most expensive Wagyu steaks, even the ribeye ones, the crazy expensive ones. We did a brisket that costed €1,000. Mind blowing. But today I'm going to show you, you can get one of the cheaper cuts of that same cow, that same A5 BMS12 highest graded Wagyu you can find, and turn it into an amazing steak. I'm talking about a cut like this. Yes, it's very undefined, right? It looks like, well, it could be anything. This actually is a part of a brisket, a part of the breast of the cow, and it's been a working muscle. It worked, well, probably not on a Wagyu cow, but normally it would. It's the tougher part of the cow. We used a piece like this, well, then in a hole in a brisket to cook an actual $1,000 brisket. But the prices per kilogram on a piece like this is much lower than, for instance, a ribeye made of that Wagyu A5 BMS12. And I'm going to show you with this cut and preparing it how it can be almost as good as that ribeye. First, I'm going to cut this piece in half, and I want to save as much fat as I possibly can on the top. It's almost like we're cutting a New York strip. Then I'm going to take this beautiful piece and cut it into steaks, and look at how this looks right now. I bet you didn't think we turned that big chunk of meat into this beautiful package of steaks. Yes, I'm still a Dutch guy, I'm still a little bit cheap. Even though I do $1,000 briskets, I'm still getting happy when I save a little money. I save a little money, yes. All that Dutchness in me is just like, it's like bubbling. It feels like soda pop in your veins. That's what it feels like to be Dutch. We got our Big Joe all set up here. All we need to do is fire it up, cook these steaks, but we're going to add more Dutchness. Except for the cheap things, we also want a Dutch touch to this meal. That's what we're going to do right now. Cut up 2 onions, cut up some leftover fat from our steaks, put the fat in the pan and let it melt. Add the onion to it and let everything soften up. Season it with a little bit of ground pepper and some salt. And then put in some more beef fat, add mushrooms, a little bit of garlic and some salt and pepper again. And now for the real Dutch part of this recipe, we're going to be boiling some potatoes. Once they're fully cooked, we're taking them off the fire. We'll pour out the boiling water and we'll do the same for the sauerkraut that we just boiled as well. Look at that. You're not a Dutch chef if you don't mash potatoes. Mash potatoes with a masher. And this is what we call in Dutch a stamper. This, what we're making, is what we call in Dutch a stampot. Pot in which we cook and then we stamp the food in it. So there we go, just like mash it, and I left a little bit of that cooking water in it, and then it becomes this beautiful, lovely, chunky monkey. When you put your finger in it, it's like, you can compare this to sticky rice. This is good sticky mashed potato. Oh, and that's so good. And to that, we're going to add a sauerkraut. And that makes this stampot zuurkool, stamp pot sauerkraut. Morsen, how many times a week do you eat this?
Oh, at least once a week.
At least once a week. It's so good. But now we got this really greasy dish to go with it, and that's going to be perfect with the acidity of the sauerkraut. Let's fire up our kamado Joe and start grilling that steak. Oh, that looks good, right? Oh, the onions and then the mushrooms with the beautiful steak on top. And of course, like the Dutch stampot thing underneath to just make sure that the acidity spreads and the whole dish comes into a balance. If you would be offered a dish like this, you would never say no. So I'm just suggesting we start eating right now. Right now, Morrison. What? Whoa, whoa, whoa.
What?
A knife and fork.
Ah, come on.
We're a respectable YouTube channel. It's a family show.
You can taste that it could be tougher than a normal steak, but it's not tougher. It's a crazy, crazy steak, and it's got all the features you want from a Wagyu, a proper Wagyu.
It's like a home run. This is it.
And then with the zuurkool roll. I never had zuurkool like this before. This is the best zuurkool I've ever had.
The mushrooms, the onion, and the sauerkraut. It's like magic.
I had proper T-bones, ribeyes, and they all were from a less juicy breed. It's exactly the same as this brisket. So we turn a brisket into a steak, a proper steak, and it's better than most. It's better than most T-bones. And do I need to say more? I'm gonna make sure that you guys have this recipe, and I want to see you guys do it. Make this. Buy that brisket.
I'm running out of ideas, Morrison. I don't know what video I need to make anymore because this one, I think this one, if you're gonna make this one, and even if you don't use the steak, just use something else, but make this recipe. Make it! Go to the website, click print, and the thing rolls out of your printer. You have it, you go shopping, buy the ingredients, cook it up. Everybody's gonna love you. You're gonna have friends, you're gonna be famous, you're gonna be successful. You could be rich. You could, after making this dish, you could be the next president. Not maybe on Mars even. You could be on Mars. Only thing you have to do, you just have to go to the website and print this recipe and cook it for your friends and family. Great things are happening in your future. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. And if you did, leave us a big thumbs up. See you guys next time. Until then, eet smakelijk and keep on grilling. Oh, big thanks to the Patreon and YouTube members.